Warriors defensive back Ryan Mouton has been medically cleared to return to action this Saturday when the UH football team hosts New Mexico State. Hawaii juniors missed the last 2 games with an injured right knee. Mouton's made 31 tackles this season with 1 pick, returned for a 40-yard touchdown versus UNLV. With the pass-happy Aggies coming to town, he's hoping for more INTs.
It was good to get the green light. I mean, I know I'm not 100%, but probably around 85, but it feels good, just to know that I'll be able to get in there, and test it out and, play a little bit. Especially, New Mexico State throws the ball a ton. So, every DB wants to get back out there, And when I looked at the schedule and I was counting the weeks of my injury, I said, oh, man, I got to get back out there, for New Mexico State, get many chances to make a play.
As a kick returner, Mouton's averaging 31 yards per try. Hit Charleston Southern with his 90-yard TD earlier this season. UH tops in the WAC 5th in the nation, averaging 27.5 yards per kickoff return. And regarding interceptions, Myron Newberry's 4 is tied for first in conference, 11th in the country.
It's also affecting, believe it or not, the UH football team.
That's exactly right, Steph. We're 2,600 miles away from those wildfires in Southern California, but for some members of the UH football team, the effects of the fire can still be felt here in the middle of the Pacific. This even as they prepare for Saturday's homecoming game against New Mexico State. With over 100 players on the Hawaii football team, more than a third of them call California home. 4 of them come from San Diego, where wildfires continue to burn.
It's something you deal with, just like you deal with tidal waves in Hawaii and earthquakes, we deal with brush fires and earthquakes in California. It's a natural disaster. It's a tragedy, obviously, but, hopefully everyone just gets out as best as possible.
My senior year of high school, this happened, and I guess this is, 10 times worse. And it's sad, and, we pray for them, and especially for my family and my friends.
It's not just the players with ties to San Diego either. Head coach June Jones spent a year in 1998 coaching the Chargers and still keeps in contact with friends there.
I've called a lot of people, and it's kind of a real tragedy. It's a mess. It's hard to believe those things can happen in this 2007.
However, just like the firefighters in California, the Warriors know they have a job to do this weekend and won't let circumstances out of their control distract them.
It happens. Make the best of it. Pray that it won't damage too many people's properties, ruin people's lives, and just move on.
When we come out here, we practice. We got one goal in mind.
And of course, that goal is to win. Saturday's kickoff is set for 6:05 Hawaii time on pay-per-view. We'll preview the matchup tomorrow as 2 high-powered offenses get set to face off. And later in our newscast, I'll tell you about today's UH homecoming event that got a lunch crowd excited about this weekend's game. Jason Tang, KHNL. 8th-ranked Hawaii football team doesn't need any extra motivation. They know what's on the line. They just hope you know, too. So to help kick off homecoming week, the university held a pep rally this afternoon at Bishop Square.
I think it was a really great presentation they put on today. Herman Frazier was down here and the cheerleaders. It was really a lot of fun. There was a lot of people down here taking advantage of the chance to get up close and personal with the folks.
What do you think the chances are for the Warriors to go undefeated and make the BCS?
All we can do is win every game, whether you win by 1 point or win by 50 points. Right now we're 7-0, and hopefully that trend is going to continue on.
The fires in Southern California have drawn the concern of the entire nation, particularly those with family or friends in the area. The UH Warrior football team has several players who call San Diego and the areas around their home. And while most of their families and friends have been accounted for, they know from past experiences just how scary those wildfires in that part of the country can be.
When I was there my senior year, I remember waking up and we walked outside, and it's just ashes everywhere. The sky was orange, and we were wondering what was going on. And you turn on TV, and there's fires everywhere. And that's the reason why they canceled some schools, because they can't have you in school with the air quality.
It's not an everyday thing, but it's something we kind of get used to, being from SoCal and being from especially from the wine country, when there's a lot of vegetation around there, a lot of dry vegetation. So one of the things where it happens. Pray that it won't damage too many people's properties, ruin people's lives.
We have some family friends that have had to move out and evacuate and stuff, and it's not the first time that we've done this. This is in my lifetime the 4th time, and I've had to almost evacuate my house. So it's something you deal with, just like you deal with tidal waves in Hawaii and earthquakes. We deal with brush fires and earthquakes in California. It's a natural disaster. It's a tragedy, obviously, but hopefully everyone just gets out as best as possible.
Warriors, though, must focus on this Saturday's matchup with New Mexico State. Got some good news today. Defensive back Ryan Mouton cleared to play after missing some time with a banged-up knee. Kickoff is set for 6:05 p.m. at Aloha Stadium.
Welcome back. Their kick returner and a key member of the secondary this weekend. June Jones says Ryan Mouton looks good in practice this weekend. Will play against New Mexico State. Mouton injured his knee in late September against Idaho. The junior is averaging 31 yards per kick return with 1 touchdown. He also has an interception return for a touchdown and will be relied on in the secondary to slow down the Aggies' powerful passing attack.
It feels good to be the green light. I mean, I know I'm not 100%, but probably around 85, but it feels good, just to know that I'll be able to get in there, and test it out and, play a little bit. I know I'll be playing a limited role, I mean, those guys out there, they've been doing a good job, since I've been out, and I don't expect to, get in there, play 50, 60 plays like that. Just a limited role.
New Mexico State's injury update will play into Hawaii's favor. The Aggies' leading receiver, Chris Williams, is out for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken right collarbone. Williams hurt himself Saturday at Idaho. He is ranked 9th in the nation with an average of 106 yards receiving per game. Hawaii plays host for this homecoming game this Saturday. Kickoff is at 6:05. Some Warriors are receiving personal reports of the San Diego wildfires. Many of the California kids know someone affected.
Family, friends that have had to move out and evacuate and stuff, and it's not the first time that we've done this. This is in my lifetime the 4th time, and I've had to almost evacuate my house, so it's something you deal with.
With at least 1,500 homes in Southern California burned, it's a reminder to Brennan and many who have loved ones there how threatening these fires are. Property damage is already at $1 billion. San Diego natives close to the Warriors have also been put in some desperate situations.
A couple from my other friends who works with horses, their barns were near the fire and they'd evacuate all their horses. They they were almost about to spray paint their phone numbers on the side of the horses and just let them run. They were getting that close.